And hello, everybody. I believe we are live here. Yeah, and hey, welcome to the stream. My name is Eirik, and I'm joined by Aiden, or you might know him as Calvin in the Mario Kart scene. And we're here with EXALT 2019, which is a Mario Kart Wii LAN. Somehow, by the sheer will of people, the same group of people that, you know, when the Nintendo shut off Wii Online in 2013, decided to play on some like mess around, you know, ISOs and keep servers going alive, and here we are. So, Aiden, how's it going? How's it hanging?
Honestly, this feels like it's against all odds. It
really
does. I can't believe that
God did not want this to happen.
No, this is ungodly.
Yeah, we are certainly not supposed to be here.
I'm just so surprised. It's now, as of April of this year, just a few short months ago, this game turned 11 years old.
Yeah.
And what I would call the first real competitive LAN for it in North America is happening 11 years later. Really excited to take a look at this early placement round that we have here.
Yeah. So I figure we can talk through the format because I believe we have 10 players in the room now. Now, for those that are coming in, maybe just getting informed, just getting in the news of it all. EXALT Mario Kart Wii LAN, where day 1 is the 1v1 like free-for-all event, and day 2 is the 2v2 free-for-all event.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, throughout the majority of day 1, it is just playing 1v1 free-for-all rooms with anywhere from 10 to 12 people in them. And the way the format works is basically in like the first phase, you have placement rounds, which take I think like all of our 50 or so competitors and give them 2 rounds of play. Each round has 2 Grand Prix. Each Grand Prix has 4 races, of course, and basically looking at across all those results across, you know, all the 4 Grand Prix, you take the top 36 players, competitors, whatever, and they move on to the next phase of the bracket. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is like, you know, phase number 1, looking at all these opening pools, and we're actually jumping in at the kind of halfway mark of round 1, where this is actually a 10-person room. Your room was a 12-person room, right?
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all of the rooms are settling around between about 10 and 12 people.
Yeah.
Just depending on a few adjustments between the rooms, balance them out. I think they caught a few last-minute ads as well, so that was nice that a few people got to enter.
Yeah.
I know Brawley, the legend, for instance, got to join in today, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the last room of the first round of placement pools. So just to give you an overview of who we're looking at, we have, of course, on the screen for your eyes, Zagler, Storm, Vincent, Emil, Enmead, and Casper. But also in this room we have Dr. Idiot, Brawley, Haller, Spec. So they're rounding out the room as well. And frankly, I'm just excited to commentate a feed like this, because I don't think we've ever had anything quite like this with 6 consistent, nice video feeds for 6 different racers. You don't get a view of competitive Mario Kart like this very often. So even if you're a seasoned veteran who's watched a lot of his MK board streams, you'll be seeing something new today for sure. Looks like Emil needs to get it together.
Okay, we're seeing the Dolphin Dasher being brought out.
Hold on, is that? I don't know if that's Emil then. There's some other guy here playing Luigi Dolphin Dasher earlier.
Really?
So I wonder if that's him.
It's Emil. Apparently. Yeah, so I mean, we're not playing CTs, although someone did just pick random. And no, they have that setting turned off, I believe. Yeah, so
we're safe.
Although I do think we had one signal cut out, so we might not have Casper for now, but we'll take a look at and see if we get the other video signals going. But yeah, I mean, basically it's no custom tracks, although you do have, you know, C2GP on. It's just all the straight up the original 32. I like to call them the OGs.
I love that this mod is like sort of the new competitive standard in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It has so many useful tools that I would have loved to see back in the day, but it's, I mean, even nice to have now.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good start. Nice to see MKWii back in action. Nobody's going to be abusing this new glitch because we're here in person. And anybody knows that if they try to do that here, they will face real-life consequences.
And for those that don't know, I mean, I didn't know about this until a few weeks ago because the newly found glitch on just like MKWii, where, you know, if you could describe it again, actually, it's kind of hilarious to listen.
Yeah, so this new bug discovered, I forget who found it, but basically by spamming the rear view camera, you cause an entire room to lag, and it ruins the race for everyone. And there's really happy that we're not seeing that here.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, convinced, so we're seeing Dr. Idiot in the bottom right-hand screen. He, interestingly enough, it's a fun thing about Dr. Idiot that I noticed, him and another friend of his are not traditionally competitive players, but they still enter this. So in my room earlier today, his friend had entered with Koopa and the bullet bike.
I saw that,
And as we see Dr. Idiot sporting the Dolphin Dasher in second place, no less.
Yeah, and I think that's, I mean, you'll see obviously a lot of like funky comms in general. But like I think what's really interesting about like the Wii era of this game is that like it really brought in and keeps bringing in like a very new audience. Like I think one of the things that we note as kind of veteran players is that the audience for EXALT is like comprised of very like different groups of people involved in the game. We just saw a shock happen. I think Hallery either used it or dodged from it. That was pretty cool to see. But
still got it.
Yeah, still back in the action.
Oh, and Dr. Idiot with just some questionable decision making, perhaps in line with the name for that one instance.
Ooh, Vincent getting red shell, but being able to do so on that turn where like the fire pipes up, able to be in a really good place to pass it off to someone, and still in sixth place not being easy. It gets a golden as well in the 10-player room, which pretty good, not bad.
Storm in a decent position right now. He's been in first for a little bit, going into the last lap with a lead on this track. Pretty strong position. It's not the highest likelihood that someone's been holding a blue for this long, I would say, especially in an FFA room.
That POW was really interesting, though. It definitely slowed down both of them at interesting points. There is a blue shell going out. Will he be able to slow down on the ramp at the right part? Ooh, that was incredibly close. I mean, in a normal situation, you would see first place try to like maybe slow down to get with second place, fifth place. Oh my!
So unlucky.
Shot up from fifth to
second. Did
that
catch third? That caught
three
everyone.
People.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that literally did everything. And now Enmead in second with a red shell. Casper, can he avoid it with the? Oh my god!
Casper was getting caught by another blue.
Way. No. Yep.
And Enmead just coming in to clean up.
No, not even cleaning up, but just like being the most passive force in the last.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, have you ever seen those videos of like Luigi doing absolutely nothing on easy and Mario Party?
Yes, exactly that.
It was exactly that.
This is gonna get re-uploaded just this one race. Enmead doing absolutely nothing for 3 minutes, and finds himself at the front of the pack. Broly and his beautiful me in third, I might add.
Yeah.
And Casper, honestly, kind of feel like Casper just got robbed.
No, he really
played
did.
the race so well,
yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the game sometimes.
Yeah, that really is the definition of the game. I think just to give 2 minutes to speaking about the game in person is something that we can speak to because we already were in the first half of like round 1. God, it is like actually something really, 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 really cool. I think I'm just talking about it to Edison just like really confirmed that fact for me. It was just like
it's different.
The feeling of like being able to get like in-person hype, because like the thing is it's 1v1v1 and like everyone's right next to each other. So like if something bad happens, and I forgot about this is a pretty rage-inducing game, right?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and you're not gonna rage around people, but you start talking. And it becomes this back and forth thing, but like lighthearted and good and like fun. And like, if I hear Larry S screaming at the top of the lungs, I got a green shell in fifth place. Are you screwing with me?
Yeah.
I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Being across the room, just playing in my room, hearing Larry screaming from the other side of the room about his lobby. And then me, I was getting so frustrated. I saw Quinn in last place with me. I started saying some mean things to Quinn in the middle of the race. You know, it's a, not to mention the lack of lag in comparison to actual online rooms. It's like not just the game itself is changing, but also the physical environment.
Yeah,
around you.
I mean, we should say it doesn't go completely away, but like to have a very consistent kind of lag, one that's like really like low, still is like very important and good.
Yeah.
And that's really dope.
I think to just have, you know, your hits confirmed more often than not is a really nice thing. Something I do want to say, Envy front running the track right now, started off in first, former world record holder on this track.
Yeah,
he's put in the practice here.
Yeah, and we'll see if that practice holds up. I mean, in a 10-person room, it's going to be a little bit less chaotic. You definitely have maybe more means of actually staying up in first. But I mean, I say that, but we saw like Blue Shell still coming out pretty consistently last race or so. So
Casper really strong right now, by the way. Carried the start all the way up to second, and then chained it in a decent spot, still behind Enmead by a little bit.
Honestly,
Vincent not far behind them.
Yeah, hitting the wall there wasn't even a bad play because he had no idea if Enmead was holding on to any items. If he did play that as aggressively, getting shocked right after, perfect play. I mean, very lucky for Casper, but it just, you know, being opportunistic and being able to get that was super good for him. Gets the stream as well. A little bit of a
still
mixed
maintaining
blessing.
the lead.
Yeah.
Him and Vincent looking a little tight right now. We'll see if Vincent can overtake him in the next couple turns.
Yeah, and in the meantime, in the back, you have, like, you know, the other 4 players kind of in the middle of the pack looking for what items they can get. A lot. Triple Reds is a very interesting one to have in 5th place with all those players behind you, but we don't have a chaotic evil on 5th place on the bottom left, so they won't be throwing them back.
It's looking a little rough for Luigi on the minimap right now.
Yeah. And that's going to be Vincent with the Shroom in 2nd place, gets the item in a pretty good spot to be able to, I like what he did there, being able to, like, you know, hold his wheel. My goodness.
Wow.
Vincent did everything right. I don't know who used that shot. Was it the Luigi? Yeah, it probably was, huh?
Yeah.
That was not a very, I would say, the most well-informed shot, just because, like, you know. Like,
that's the thing about Dr. Idiot, dude. He's zany.
Yeah.
It's coming out the cuts. He's off the top of his head.
He will come for you. This
isn't strategic. Randomness is an asset in this game sometimes.
Nice.
Casper taking the lead on the final turn. Rough draw for Zagler. But it was a good
snipe.
snipe.
I mean, yeah.
He waited for the opportune moment. It was a really good section of the track.
He might be able to run this if he... No way.
No.
He almost. Like,
I wanted him
close.
to whitey it so bad at the end. He was going to whitey it.
5th place, just barely at the top right for Vincent. Nice job done. And Enmead, after a really strong start, unfortunately just getting taken out towards the end there. Remember once again that he was in 1st place, and then a shock happened right after he passed item boxes. Wasn't able to defend himself, and I think it was just downhill from there. And it sucks. There are those moments like that are just like, it happens, and that kind of decides your race at some point. So, yeah, those kind of moments that can be a little bit unfortunate time to time. But either way, I think we're 2 races in now.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Note that Broly tied for 1st at the moment.
Yeah.
2 consistent 3rd places. My man, I thought he was a little out of shape.
No, what was it he said to us?
Physical body, his
yeah.
racing ability, top notch.
What was he said before that before he went on was like, I'm very ready to get a 50.
Oh, he said I'm very ready to sweat 50.
Yeah, to sweat 50.
To sweat 50. And my man, he's already sweating 2 races in, so it's looking good.
My man to the left of me is sweating real good right now. It's like, for what it's worth, it's a summer day in Long Island. It's a bit hot out here. A little toasty, but I think if anything, I'm already sweating when playing this game around people. Honestly, like I already noticed that. So
I'm sweating in my bedroom when I play this game.
So I didn't need to know that part of you. Raceway Classic. If nothing else, in the 1v1s we've had in the past few months. Raceway, of course, being a catch of all things good about Mario Kart and bad.
Oh, Nick just hands it off right away. Emil taking it, but passes it off back to Zagler. Wow, that was
what is happening on the bottom right? It is Broly.
Wait, why are they so far behind?
I think they were. I did not see this, but I think they were just racing backwards and just playing a game of chicken. Just like, you won't do it.
Honestly, this track known for large comebacks in the final laps, but with this type of lead
it's possible.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough.
We do see
Casper,
someone with
my man is an experienced player, knows what to do with this.
Sure. But he does have to use it pretty ASAP. That's the thing, though, is being so far behind, you become very predictable.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And that's honestly, I mean, speaking to at least why I myself, like with the Star or Omega, even in a 12-person or whatever 1v1 free-for-all, there's still value in like getting someone last very far behind because it makes them that much more predictable.
Can we talk about Nick right now, by the way? Nick
Yeah.
has been in first holding triple shrooms. He just used one now. Oh, let's see if he has it. Yeah. Oh, he's
No.
good. He's
What
good.
do you mean, let's see if he has it?
Well, maybe he's a little rusty, you know? Maybe he's they got that YouTube channel. He's been making a lot of videos. He's fine. He's fine. Big break on the final lap. I don't know if we're going to see another shock here.
We did see
Yeah,
another shock. It's going to
okay.
be a fourth place dodge. No, Green's going to make it onto on the top right there, but Vincent is in fourth with a blooper to block it. It was the random Greens that did it for him there. Still in third place with no protection. Going to change that blooper for maybe some sort of protection here. A bit coming out. Broly somehow in third place after trailing. There's going to be no form of protection for this red shell.
Oh, my goodness.
Golden, Bomb, Bullet Bill. Another
Oh,
one for Vincent.
Vincent!
Gets absolutely destroyed. That's going to be an instant 9th place for you.
I want to bring attention to something Nick did at the end. Instead of attempting to hold his lead,
Yeah.
he noticed that
Yeah.
I believe who's Osu in this lobby right now.
Good question. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but they were trailing Nick at the end with triple reds. He had the ability to recognize that he couldn't stick out until the end. He went for this like really high pipe drift
Yeah.
that allowed him to block the first red
Yep.
and then just take second. He's like, I gotta cut my losses. I know I can't finish first here.
Yeah.
And against all odds, Broly with another top 3. Just an incredible player.
Yeah. It's been crazy. Also, thanks for all the love in the stream. It's really cool to see,
Yeah.
people just enjoying the art that is Mario Kart Wii in full force right now. But yeah, we're getting into our fourth race here, I believe, and it's going to be a slobber knocker of one for sure. I didn't really get a good look at the standings and seeing where it's at right now, but I'm sure we can take, keep track of that, and maybe we'll get a picture ourselves and tally up the scores every time. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see at the end. We'll see at the end.
Yeah.
Right, going into this fourth race now.
Yep.
Looks like Broly's still at the front of the pack. Casper also been doing pretty well along with Nick. So we'll see. So we'll see how this pans out. We have a good idea of like who our front runners are looking like. Vincent and Emil in particular, just with some of the worst luck. Really strong positions going into some of the final laps, and then just getting trunched like you do sometimes.
And getting trunched is something that happens here a lot on this track. Oftentimes it can be, the shortcut hootenanny that it very often is. Sometimes it evolves into the kind of race where everyone's blocking the shortcut and it stays blocked for a good amount of time.
This track is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, we had our feedback in just a second, so we'll be back with you guys in a minute. But the action is still very much underway with second place Storm. Unfortunately, getting knocked out a bit there.
Wow, Zagler in a great spot right now.
Yeah.
He does have people trailing him. Oh, he was forced to use the star early. Wow.
And we still have Bullet Bill in third. If Emil with the Bullet Bill there.
Yeah, that's also good. He's probably going to go for the Ultra this lap, I would imagine.
I mean, I would also.
Oh,
that's
wow.
the thing. I was gonna say, like, in a free for all, that becomes. I don't know if you can hold on to dodges like that because it's not a teams-based game where like you know with way more certainty what people in last aren't gonna care. You know, when